Hi, I'm Lisa, and today I'm going to talk to you about practice books. A practice book is just what it sounds like. It's a place to try new products or new techniques, or just to play without the stress and the pressure of having to create a perfect finished work. It's sort of a creative get out of jail free card. You can do whatever you want in this book and it doesn't matter because it's a practice book. These are my practice books. I have 3 of them going right now. 2 are old dictionaries and 1 is just a regular composition book. I like working in dictionaries because I like working on text pages. A lot of the backgrounds that I do are they start with text to begin with, so this gives me a jump start on that. Also, because dictionaries generally are made of really thin paper, and I figure if I can make a technique work on this paper, I can make it work on anything. The other thing I like about dictionaries is that they're everywhere in used bookstores and thrift stores, and they're generally pretty cheap because they're out of date. So I think I bought these at Half Price Books and they were $1 a piece. That's a lot of mileage for $1. This is my big practice book. I sort of have a big one and a slightly smaller one. This is more the size of an average novel, and I have one this size because a lot of the altered book round robin books I work in are this size, and so this helps me to scale down any techniques that I want to try in them. And then I have one that's big because I generally like to work at least this big or bigger, so this is more comfortable for me. And a lot of the work that I have in this book is backgrounds, and you'll see that I've used it as sort of individual pages. So I obviously just dry brushed this in brown, and then I decided I wanted to try dry brushing some extra layers over the top, so I just went ahead and went over the top of it. And the same with this one. I wanted to try working 3 colors together. I got it to work, and then, oh gee, what happens if I put some sponged paint through sequin waste on top of it? So, you know, this is just playing, and there's nothing that says that I can't go back and play on top of the stuff that I've already done. And in this book, I even have stuff like, I was playing with pop-ups one day, and so I put that in, and here's another one that I was trying out that didn't work so well. So you just do whatever you want to do in these. One of the first things that I do when I start a practice book is I glue pages together. So this is like 2 or 3 pages glued together, and I do a bunch of them. I do this when I'm sitting in front of the TV or watching a DVD or whatever. Just glue a bunch together, because when you want to test something, you don't really want to wait for glue to dry. And that sort of takes that variable out. These are already dry. They've been done for, I don't know, a year. So anything that I do on these pages, wet glue isn't a variable in that. I also use a comp book because it's a surface that just about anyone can access. These are everywhere. Everybody knows what they are. I don't really have to explain them. And again, it's the world's worst paper, so you do have to glue pages together, and if you can make a technique work in a comp book, you can make it work anywhere. So there you go. Find yourself a book that you feel comfortable with in size and number of pages, and start playing. You can make all the mistakes that you want, and no one will ever know because it's your practice book.